Hi guys, it's Sight here. Just today I want to do a kind of just Dolly updates. So kind of some rambling, but I do have some goodies to show too. A little bit of character rambling, but mostly just kind of like some Dolly plans. But I know my last video I did show my new doll, assume light centaur Shale. I showed him briefly in my last video, but I wanted to talk about him a little more. I've been wanting centaurs, to add centaurs to my world since the beginning. I mean, centaurs were part of this even before I got into dolls. That was part of character designs and was something that was going on. So very excited to have Elijah. He is my first centaur BJD, and he's still in his Christmas sweater that I put on him on Christmas Day for pictures in the snow. But I'm really pleased with just his overall anatomy. It's wonderful. I love the hooves and the tail. The tail is really cool. It's magnetic, so it's removable. But I've been playing around with him. I changed his eyes out to these smaller iris eyes, and I think that he looks. It makes him look maybe a little more mature, a little more realistic. It's a little more unforgiving with posing of small iris eyes, and some of my pictures I look back on and I'm like, well, why didn't I notice that those were crooked? But yeah, it's a lot less forgiving, but I love the look. So he's wearing these Doll Pam Aruby antlers. These were, I think that's the Ice Aruby, so they're clear blue. He's got some Christmas bells in them because I got him the day before Christmas Eve. He arrived. He was supposed to arrive Christmas Eve, but he got here a little early. The seller was really wonderful. I would definitely do business with her again if she had another doll that came up that I liked. So this is Elijah. I'm still formulating parts of his story, and some of that's going to have to do with what I end up deciding to do with him doll-wise, because I'm thinking about getting a different head for him. I really love the unicorn horn, which is really awesome. I love it with these antlers. It's awesome. But the face, and I had this problem with my minifee as well. She was beautiful, but these faces, the Soom face and the minifee face, it's cute, but it's very young looking. It looks childish to me, which if it was a child character, it would be okay, I guess. But I really would like Elijah to be a little bit older. So I'm thinking about getting a different head. I'm looking at Doll in Mind. They are, I love those face sculpts, and I think that they would do well as a boy. So he would still be young, but not quite as babyish with the Soom face. I said I really love the horn, and he's just a beautiful doll like that, but I think I would like to play around with it. He's also very loosely strung. If I was braver, I would take him apart and maybe shorten his strings and try to get him tighter, because he's very loose. So what I'm hoping is that the next doll meet that I go to, I'm going to bring him, and I hope somebody there will take pity on me and help me to restring him to be tighter. But maybe eventually here I'll get brave enough to do that. I'm looking at the Doll in Mind heads. I like the Gaian head. The problem there is with the Doll in Mind, you have to, if you're just buying the head, it only comes in pink skin, and he's white skin. He's very white. So I would really need, it needs to be a white skin head. So I'm in no hurry at this point, so I'll take my time kind of looking around, looking at other sculpts, trying to decide, you know, what I want to do. MSD sculpts seem to be hard to find as far as just buying the head. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places, but I'm having a hard time just finding some places that just will, or companies that will just sell the MSD head. Any suggestions on that, I would love to hear. If you have suggestions about face sculpts that you think would suit him. He has an 8-centimeter neck. So, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. He has an 8-centimeter neck, so it has to fit that, and I want it to be to look a little more mature, because the plans are kind of iffy, but I do have another centaur on layaway. She won't be paid off until March, so it's going to be a while before she arrives, but it is the Soul Doll Ahiel, if I'm saying that right. Gosh, I'm losing my voice. I need to get a cough drop. But she is she's pink. She's got a pink body. She'll have a pink body and a white top part and face. I'm getting the blushing, and she's rather, I mean, she's youthful, but she's mature. And what I'm trying to decide, and it's going to depend on what face sculpt I end up getting. It's also going to be their height, because I don't know what her height is, so I can't compare. I'm trying to decide whether they're going to be a couple. So those are the two alternatives, that they're going to be a couple or they're going to be brother and sister. I haven't decided, and I probably won't be able to decide that until she is here. So I'm keeping the backstory kind of loose at this point. But it's going to be either the kind of the vague setup at this point is that Elijah and his sister and or mate, no incest here, it's going to be one or the other, not both. But depending on what happens, they will have to flee their kingdom for some reason, which I will come up with later, but they had to flee, they had to leave. I think they were separated as they were escaping. Elijah is a prince, and he got separated from Alicia when they were fleeing, and he has ended up in Eden Spear. The centaurs in my story, or in my idea here, are would be considered the children of Cernunnos. So not that they are separate, they are kind of together, but Danu had her line of people, which she had with Cernunnos, but she has guided them in the directions that she wanted them to go in. And I think Cernunnos maybe had this a little bit too on his side, that he had a line that he guided a certain way. I think that he was probably a lot less loose. He was a lot more loose with that. You know, Danu lived among her people. She, in a lot of the timeline, she's the queen, essentially. So she lives among them. She's part of their people, and she's their creator and their queen. And Cernunnos was probably a lot more distant. He didn't mingle with them so much. Maybe visited occasionally. He's definitely their god figure. So, and behaved much more like the distant kind of god that a lot of people would maybe kind of associate with that. So that's that. I've rambled a long time about Elijah, but I've just really had a lot of inspiration and love thinking about it, and planning. He won't wear this Christmas sweater forever. It was just for Christmas, and it's so that he's not completely naked. But moving on, I wanted to show some things that have arrived recently. So first is I'm going to show, I got some new eyes, and I'll show, here's Scarlet. So these are These are resin eyes. They are made by Enzo. These are Enzo eyes that came in the mail yesterday. I'm very excited about these, but they are small iris eyes, the 8mm small iris eyes. So the eye is 8mm and the iris itself is 3mm. And I don't think that Scarlet will keep these. I've ordered some more from Enzo, a green pair and a blue pair, and depending, I'll try them on with her. She may end up with green eyes, green or blue, but these are a lavender or purple, and they might end up going to Trinity potentially, but I just love these. I mean, it just changed the whole look of these dolls. Let me show you Trinity for comparison. So here, let's put them together here. So it's a very different look. Oh, Trinity's wig is always tilted. Her horns are always all over. But it's a very different look. Trinity is wearing some very beautiful glass eyes made by Ursiflora eyes, and these, I do adore these eyes. They're absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if I get them a little closer here. They're sparkly and pretty, but it changes their expression. I think there's so much more potential for expressions and glances with these small iris eyes. So she's going to be getting some too, trying to find what suits her the best. Well, how about we have this comparison? So this is, these are my two ombres, and you can see. So Elandria, these are, the irises are 2.7mm, and I think that the 2mm, or the 3mm, excuse me, 3mm iris suits these dolls much better. So the ones that I've ordered will be all 3mm irises. So you can just see the difference in expression and look based from those two different types of eyes. So I am really, I really want small iris eyes for all of my dolls that I can manage that. It is difficult for the smaller size. Like, these are 8mm eyes that I prefer the best in the Lilycat dolls, the MSD Lilycat dolls, but these are the first eyes that I found that were made 8mm, and I'm just super excited about them. So that's Enzo eyes. So some other things that I got recently that I haven't had a chance to show. Again, I'll bring Trinity back. She's actually wearing, it doesn't fit her the best, and it's not really meant for her, but she's wearing it for now, was some flower crowns that I got from Bean Sprout Momo. And I have so many things on her head. I need to try to organize this better. But these are just, I have another one that Danu is wearing back there, that I just love. That's another thing I want to get for everybody is these flower crowns. So that's Bean Sprout Momo that makes those. So I don't know if you can see these. Let's see if we can calculate. Maybe see these little jewels that are on her antlers. They're meant to be rings, and those rings they're meant to go on the on fingers. These were actually a little too small, but they're made by, here was a little package that it came in. They're made by Fairy Princess Couture. She has a shop on Etsy. Very cute business card. But these things are just so tiny. They came in a little baggie taped to this card with a little note. And I'd ordered 4 rings, and she sent 2 as gifts, which was just very sweet. They didn't end up fitting on my Lilycat girl's fingers, so again, she's very, very sweet. She wants, wants me to do is wrap some string around my doll's fingers, mark that, and send her those so that she can make some that are the right size for lily cats. And I get to keep these, and she's going to send me some more. That I just think that that's amazing. I would never expect or demand that, but it just came so cutely packaged, and the rings. I posted some pictures of those on my Instagram a few days ago, but they're so tiny, and I can't even imagine how you make something so microscopic like that. Do you use magnification? I would have to. Like I can't see tiny things like that. I have no idea what I was doing, so I would need magnification. But those are great. Those are wonderful, and I will definitely be ordering from her. I think they're just gorgeous. Okay, one last thing that I wanted to show were these beautiful slim MSD pantaloons that I ordered from Cerise BJD on Etsy. These are beautifully made. I love the lace. They're really, really pretty. Here is Elandria wearing a pair, and you can see I have them scrunched up, so you can really, there you have elastic around the legs and the waist, so you can really change the look, how you want that. And I think that those are really pretty. So I'll order from that shop again too. Really well made, good service. Takes a little while to come in because it's coming from Europe, but I really like those. Thanks for listening to my rambles, and I'll have some more videos coming up. I've kind of got behind, but thanks for watching as usual. Really appreciate it, and I'm really enjoying the YouTube community. So have a good day. Thanks for watching.